Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for clicking on our video. We are back to discuss the fourth season of Invincible. So we're going to be talking about episodes 1 and 2. So if you have not yet watched episodes 1 and 2, please like the video and come back later after you watch it, because we're going into full spoilers, full after show discussions, answering any questions. And of course, I'm not here alone. I'm here with my co-host. Right beneath me, we have Vibrator Vic. How's it going?
Chilling. What's going on? It's been a minute since I've been.
Nice. And we also have the great Grand Slam Pooh here to talk about the show. What's up over there? Okay. Yourself.
I wanted to show the length of my hair. That's why I did all that. But like, I look forward to doing this. You know, UPRE, you know, they've got some great content going on, and I want to support them in what they do. But the Saviors are back, and I look forward to talking about one, Invincible with one, Cedar Superior, and the vibrating one himself, Vic.
All right.
The vibrating sensation.
So let's get right into it. It's been a while since I've watched season 3. But thank God for, refreshers at the beginning of the episode, because we got a little recap of what happened previously, and they place us right back into currently what's going on. We have Cecil and Donald over here looking at the stupidest decision that Cecil made of season 3, keeping Conquest alive. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. It was so dumb. This man got out in 2.5 seconds after consciousness, and it was crazy how quick he was able to get out of there. We see following the Invincible Wars, where all of our Invincibles came from other dimensions thanks to Angstorm, the fallout of that. So there's still like monsters and destruction around the city, so much so that Mark and my little baby Oliver are out here in the streets trying to take care of everything, pretty much not alone, because there are other superheroes, but there's so much that they're like overrun with villains in the streets. So Oliver is growing as we see in this season. He's a big boy. He's got his big boy suit on now. It looks very much almost like a play off of course, Omni-Man's suit and the black on Mark's suit, right, which I thought was really cute. Mm-hmm. But he's growing like a weed, guys. It's too much. It's too soon.
What happened to his purple?
Yeah, he's becoming less and less purple as he gets older. He's almost like the same complexion as Mark, almost just a little bit more pink in hue. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if that's because his like Viltrumite DNA is taking over more, or
maybe
is he like wearing makeup still? I don't know. I would assume if he's fighting, that would come off. So maybe it's not makeup.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because like I honestly forgot that he wore makeup. Part of me thought that his skin could turn. It's been a minute since season 3. I'm sorry, guys, but it's been. But like I thought, like, oh, maybe he can just turn his skin in a way, because he doesn't look as purple as well, and maybe that is a point of like his Vegemite is kicking in, or maybe the the people who were not directing, but the artists and stuff like that, they ran out of purple.
Maybe. Oh, maybe.
Ran out of purple crayons.
Yeah.
Well, you I mean, not for nothing. If you look at, I know Doug has not been a series in like over 20 years, but maybe they just ran out of purple because of Doug, because Bluffington, they have to have their purple and green characters.
That is, so, you really dusted off that reference. If anybody's,
I sure enough did. And if you appreciate that reference, you are old. So thank you.
Speaking of old, we got Mark's mom and her little love duo, her little love man here, coming over, slaying the D and leaving early in the morning. So the kids don't
No, I don't think. I don't think he's slamming anything.
Well, you know what?
I mean, he's living the stepdaddy's life.
He looks pleasant. He seemed like he doesn't slam. He knocks before he slams anything, honestly. But I digress. But Can I ask you guys just real quick? Does he look more tan in this season? Because like I was looking and look, I don't know why, but for me, I was like, "Yo, is he underneath the tannin booth a little bit more?" But whatever. I
No,
mean,
I always thought he was a little more tan. He's given very much Latino. He wasn't given like
oh, okay,
yeah,
that's fair.
Asian
Maybe he's
or white.
Sicilian.
Yeah, he always seemed like he was a little bit more brown. But this first episode, I almost was like, is he low key trying to break up with moms? The way he was like trying to creep out the door and he don't want to like be around. I thought that was odd. So that she had to say, hey, they know we're having sex in here. Don't worry about it, right? It's fine.
But I think he's just an awkward dude, though. Like,
I think he's scared of those kids. They can snap
I
him
mean,
like a twig.
and you know what? Not for nothing. I love that you said that because there's a certain adult that we're going to talk about later that should be scared of how he talks to these superhero beings. But I digress.
Okay, all right. We also want to go over to our B team here. We got our little Teen Titans wannabes pairing up with Cecil. Cecil comes with his tail tucked between his legs, asking for them to join up with the Guardians again because of all the chaos going on in the city. And, they are hesitant because of, what he did to Mark last season. We're having like these backup plans where if Mark goes rogue, he's going to kill him. And of course, Cecil is like almost like the Batman of this universe. He has a backup plan for everything. He has, contingency plans for everyone. But they reluctantly agree to be a part of the group. Rudy, aka Steal My Identity Rex, wants to be the leader of the group, but he puts this old man in the corner from season 3. I forget his name, but he's giving very much A Team or what was his name? Rick?
Brit, Brit.
Okay. How do you guys feel about him? I don't know about this guy. What you say, Vic?
I didn't remember him at all.
Really? They did. Well, he did come pretty late last season. He came when all the marks were in the city, like destroying things. He had to like come and help out with like his crew or whatever. Okay. But we didn't get much about him so far, and he just seems like to be. Hopefully, we learn more about him this season. But so far, I don't like what I see. He seems a little bossy. He seems to, not really know what he's doing. He almost seems like a pawn of Cecil. He just does whatever Cecil tells him to do.
Yeah.
But anyway,
given Tony Yayo.
I needed to see more of him because, like, I do agree with that. Where we saw more of him at almost in the last 2 episodes of what was it, season 3? Right? I kept saying this was season 5, but it's 4. And I just want to see a little bit more and see where his mindset is. But I can understand what you're saying with the first 2 episodes. Maybe more of this episode because he wasn't in episode 2. But like, I want to see more of what his mindset is because I can see what you're saying where he seems like an avatar for Cecil, and whatnot. And I mean, I don't want to say spoilers, but so I had a moment of time when I forget what season of Invincible we were reviewing, and check those reviews out if you guys are interested in it. They're fun stuff, but I sit here and go and say, like, I know that there's a storyline with Robot, and I don't know if it's going to be in this season. That's all.
Okay. Robot, I swear to God, I still to this day, in 4 seasons in, I don't know how I feel about Robot. He's such a tricky character. I'm like, sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't like him. But he
has moments. I think he has moments. I mean, I'm still trying to get used to the. Because even when he said Ruby, what's it? Rudy? It's Rudy, right?
Yeah, his real name was Rudy. And then he changed it to
Rex, right. And even then, I still got to get accustomed to that because she's like, Rudy, Rex. I'm like, oh, right, Rex is gone. Like, and I saw a video recently about Rex and, his demise and everything. And Rex was a real one. I'm sorry. I'm just going to sit here and say that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But, I mean, if you did anything, because I didn't read the comics. I know there's a lot of people who read the comics. I go through YouTube stuff when they have origins and all that kind of stuff just to kind of keep me up to date and stuff like that, and also too to make me sound intelligent. But I'm just interested in saying if that's going to play a role in something. That's all.
Yeah, same. To take it over to our lead character, Mark. he's in the city, having to deal with dinosaurs, right? Because Oliver tapped out. He said, "Look, I'm trying to play my game and go to sleep. I'm done." Right.
That was
So
so Gen Z of him. I mean,
yeah,
Gen Alpha.
honestly, though, our son is a baby. He's a baby. He's out here doing, protecting the city on his lonesome, might I add. There's nobody else around there helping him. He's taking him out by himself. So let him play his game sometimes and relax. But yeah, he's fighting dinosaurs. Dinosaurs turns out to be this other person who can't control whether or not he turns into dinosaurs or not. Mark is borderline about to off this person, right? And I'm thinking, well, if he can't control whether or not he turns into like this human destroying beast, would it be better to off him or not? Apparently, according to others, they think it was kind of wrong of him to even consider the idea of killing this man. But I digress. Later on, we see that, of course, Adam, Eve, and Mark are still a thing. They have dinner with her family. The dad is still insufferable. I'm blaming Mark for the loss of his job. And I swear to God, what didn't he lose a job before this? Like, he's always losing a job, or am I like misremembering? I feel like he was like selling furniture or something before.
Vic, do you have anything you want to say, sir?
Why can't this man keep a job?
I found it interesting because, all right, like, yes, the father was bitter, but he wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like, everything that he said was right. And even though, like, he was being a bitch and just, like, saying these things to make Mark feel bad.
Yeah.
About, you know what I mean? And just to try to drive a wedge between them. But he wasn't wrong about what he was saying. The times that Eve got hurt and the stress that was caused to him, he could point fingers at Mark. Even though Eve, she's very like strong-willed and will do whatever she wants. She cares enough about Mark where she would put herself in danger. And the father doesn't like that. So I get where he's coming from. But then at the same time, like, your daughter has powers, her boyfriend has powers. Like, these are the type of people that should be together. Like, anybody else, she's gonna snap like a twig. Like, come on, now. He's gonna understand her. Like, he should look at that. But the problem with him, he wants to put his daughter in a box. And have her like just do whatever he thinks is right, and that's not fair to her.
Yeah, he's oddly controlling, even to his wife, who honestly seems like she's ready to get out of the marriage, if you ask me.
I mean,
she's ready to
go. Look what she was saying. She's like, "Oh, sometimes you just got to deal." Like a 1950s wife. You know what I mean?
And not for nothing, I hated hearing that. Like, I really did. I hated hearing her say, like, "You got to just roll with the punches." And Eve was like, "Yo, you're my mother." Like.
Yeah.
In the way she was right, because she's even like, because she even says like, I know how to roll with punches, but like, what are you saying to me? What are you getting at? I'm sorry, this guy is just insufferable as a male. Like, I sit here and be like, man, this is a lesson on what not to be like, because this guy's a jerk, and it's amazing. It's amazing on the balls of this man.
Yeah,
because Mark could kill him.
Yes,
and it's amazing.
Every season he gets more and more on the edge, and you better watch out.
As you said, the edge and the edge. When we got to the edge of the episode, but we'll get there. But my point is, I'm amazed at this man's like his ball rash, because, and I say ball rash meaning his balls are so big when he walks, there's a rash because it hits the ground, and it's incredible. But like he says these things to these. No,
what the?
I'm sorry. That is my phone, and I am not answering that right now. I will answer that after the show. I apologize about that. We are live. Sorry, sorry, supervisor. I'll speak to you. But it's just amazing to me that he says these things to these, because it's not even just he said it to Mark. I feel like he said it to Eve. I feel like there's somebody else he said it to, and I don't remember because there's already been 4 seasons. But all I'm saying is, and what I'm getting at here is that, but what I'm trying to get at here is that he says this stuff to Mark, And I think he just know Mark is not going to do anything to him. But like, even still, he's saying, "Yeah, I lost my job because of you." And then he's like, "Oh, I care about my." And even then, it never seemed to me that he ever cared about his daughter. Maybe there was an episode that I just don't remember on top of my head. Once again, so many episodes, it's hard to remember every little thing. But like, he says this stuff, and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, dude.
Yeah, to
Like,
me,
what are you
what he
talking about?"
brings is someone who sees the women in his life as his property, not necessarily caring for them as individuals, but like, yeah, this is my daughter and yada yada yada, and this is my wife. But anyway, speaking of his daughter, Eve is this season or these few episodes has been experiencing some issues with her powers. Things that she creates, the atoms that she creates have been like degenerating and melting. We saw that at the end of episode 3 with the suits, I think it was, that was kind of degenerating. um Clearly this fight with Conquest created some changes, right? And she's unable to control her powers, it would seem. Also, we have a couple other secondary villains in this episode. We have this woman right here, I forget her name at the moment, but she had like some sort of electrical kind of powers through her staff. Eve took her out, no problem. And we have our little star fish, weird alien things back this season. And honestly, I thought they were going to be more of an issue than what they turned out being. It seemed like they were able to pack them up in one episode, so far.
I don't think we've seen the last of them.
Yeah, but they
Did you
were
know?
taking over as people in the sewers. What'd you say?
I'm so sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but like, do you know who was voicing? Her name was Universa or something like that. But you
Is
know
this
who was voicing? Who was the one who voiced her?
who?
The lady who plays Black Panther, Okoye.
Nice.
Okoye with the bald head.
Nice.
Oh, nice. She's in Walking Dead too.
Oh, wow.
Okay, nice.
Not for nothing. If I can just sit here and say, I've never really watched The Walking. Not even really. I never watched The Walking Dead, and it was never my thing. But I do like that there's callbacks from that because she was on that, and the individual who voices
Conquest.
yes,
Yeah,
thank
he's
you,
on there. And of course, Mark, his voice
Mark.
actor, Stephen Yen, I think it is. He was on. There's a lot of Walking Dead alum on the show.
Wow.
And if I could just say, because as someone who don't watch the show, I do appreciate that connection, if that makes sense.
That's funny because
from Star Trek as well.
What you say?
I said I wonder if they have people from Star Trek as well.
Oh,
they might. We'll talk about it. I do know when we do talk about the boys, there's a lot of people from Supernatural that's going to be. We have Soldier Boy. We have
yeah.
new guy who's coming. I don't know what character he's playing, but he played Sam in Supernatural. We have what's his name from Supernatural? His name is escaping me right now. It's so many, but anyway, back to Invincible. When these things start taking over the city, of course, Cecil sends out the Guardians. The Guardians are packing them up pretty efficiently. However, they do need assistance. He calls on Adam, Eve, and Mark. Eve's powers, no go. She's out for the count. But Mark comes in, and as the battle ensues, he's forced to do the unthinkable, at least the unthinkable according to the Guardians. He takes out the lead star alien so that the others fall, and they're that hive mind, they're all connected to that one individual star alien. And he has to, instead of zapping the alien and rescuing the human host, he kills the human host in order to stop the invasion, right? And the way that they were looking at Mark after he did that, like he did the most horrible thing in the world. I'm like, what the hell else was he supposed to do? Right? We're at the final hour. The damn shield thing in the background was going to fall any second. He had to take him out. Like, is it me? Am I crazy? Because it's like, what?
I mean, no, but look at his history though. He's trying to do everything in his power to avoid being like his father.
Yeah.
At least in the past 3 seasons. And this time he's acting on brand. And the thing is that he's torn about it, but he knows that that's the right course of action.
Yes, it is.
I think in that instance he was thinking like Cecil.
he was thinking like a Viltrumite, take out the enemy, and that's exactly what he should have been doing. And honestly, to bring it back to this theory of Oliver and why he's no longer purple, if it's about his Viltrumite DNA taking over, I wonder if the same is happening to Mark. I wonder if his Viltrumite, as he ages, does his Viltrumite DNA become more prominent and he becomes more aggressive or more, calculating in that way. But either way, I still think he made the right decision. What about you, Great Grand Slam? Huh?
Vic, what do you have to say?
Well, I mean, I totally understand that because, like, for example, as a Dominican, I've become louder and louder with age.
Okay.
So I totally get that. Like when you just come into your natural state. So yeah, he's becoming more and more of a Viltrumite, and he's willing to kill if it solves the problem. And I get it.
I think he made the right choice.
That's an interesting point. As he gets older, his Viltrumite status kicks in a little bit more. I want to see how it all plays out and stuff like that. I don't really have an opinion when it comes to that. I mean, when he killed, I was like, oh. And it's not even like this is the first time he killed anybody or did anything where he didn't realize his own strength and all that stuff. But still, I was just like, this is the same guy. I remember when we were viewing all these different seasons, and he did everything he could to minimize that and avoid that and do all this stuff. And yet he was just like, oh, and not for nothing, one Cedar Superior. I've worked with one Cedar Superior long enough, and same thing with Vic. But as soon as he said, like, well, what did he want to be done? I just want to throw out here to the people watching, she's a Red Hood fan.
Yeah.
So I just want...
You got to get the job done one way or the other, and that's what's got the job done. That's all I'm gonna say. I know he did make this declaration at the end of last season where he's going to, if he had killed Angstorm, none of this would have happened, and he's going to, start destroying people who come after his family, and rightfully so, man.
But he did.
Yeah,
he did. He said if anyone comes after his family, and I think he assumed, because you got to remember this too. I forget what the pink stars were called that was covering the guy's face, but they were pretty much like, hey, we're here because of you. And I think that was something that initiated his trauma, because he's dealing with a lot of trauma. And then you hear this, and like how you pointed out, he's already on edge. I mean, he's literally on the edge, and he hears that, and he's like, oh, there's a possibility that you might attack my family. He made a declaration of saying, hey, if anyone gets near my family, I will kill them. So
kept his word. You can't fault him for keeping his word. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm glad he's finally on Oliver's type of time. We love to see it. But that leads us to our second episode of the season. We have a little flashback, actually. We see Nolan as a young man training a future generation of Viltrumites, very much cutthroat. He's telling them the history of their leader and how the leader was killed by the great betrayer. And apparently, even at these young ages, as we see below, they have them fighting to the death, right? And we also see shortly after that, Nolan getting his ass handed to him by his father and mother and father, right? This is the day he became a man. This is like his bar mitzvah of ass kicking. And the mom, more so than the dad, was ready to pack him up. And the dad had to stop her, like, yo, he's good. He survived, right? I thought that was very interesting because I recently went back to watch episode 1 to show my fiance about the show. And the way that Nolan punched the shit out of Mark that first episode when he got his power to like help beef him up, that was light work compared to what his parents was doing to him, man. So it's
crazy, right? Like, yeah. Go ahead, Vic. I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead.
No, Vic, please take the floor, sir.
All right, look. What I found interesting about that whole thing was the mother's actions at the end. She was beating the shit out of him. And the father came in and stopped it. And then she called him pathetic. And then she proceeds to say, I wish to never see either of you ever again.
Yeah.
So that means that wasn't a marriage of love. That was straight obligation. She clearly was frustrated with the kid, was done with the like. I've never seen such a level of postpartum depression in my entire life. Like this lady held on to these feelings for 18 years, and the moment she got the ability to get out, she did. Like that shit must have been heartbreaking for him, you know. And I mean, for your mother to treat you, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that is wild. I mean, you get that from your father, that's normal. You know what I mean? I hate to say that, but
it's more expected.
You know what I mean? For your mother to give you that kind of time, that shit is wild. Like, yeah, this man's headspace has got to be ridiculous after something like that. But look, I guess it's part of the culture. I guess it's part of the culture, and and he just accepted it. But wow, like the way they raise kids and the Viltrumites raise kids is ridiculous.
Yeah. We see that, she does kind of like zip off, and it makes me wonder because shortly after this scene, we're still in the flashback. We see how the Viltrumites lost their numbers. There was this great disease, mysterious disease that was released upon them, and it took out billions of them. The father, even Omni-Man caught it, but for whatever reason, he, was able to recover.
Plot
Armor. But it took out like billions of them, and I wonder if she's still alive or not.
I think she died. I think she if I'm correct here, I've only watched this episode once, so bear with me, guys. But watching this episode, he was in the same room as her, and she didn't make it. He made it, but his parents did not. And what are we at? We're at 50 Viltrumites, right? Like there's not even a whole. There was a whole species. Go on, I'm sorry, please.
Yeah, something around that number. And we see, of course, they're taken out by this disease. And he was telling this to our boy Alan. Alan is back. Him and his girlfriend. I forget the girlfriend.
I forget her name, but I think we need to keep an eye on her.
Alan is savage, bro.
Oh,
listen.
He's getting it in like every minute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I kid you not. That's not where the direction I was going in.
No, you know what though? But like you
ahead.
You don't think Seth is gonna like you see Seth roll out. That's his name, right? But like you see him and you don't think he's about that kind of time. You know what I mean?
No. Well, what I was gonna try to get at here is that I forget what the other Viltrumite is with the beard, right? Which I love that. Thaddeus, how do you say his name?
It's Thaddeus or something like that.
No, you are correct. Thaddeus. Okay, because there was like 2 A's and a D in the U.S. at the end. Thaddeus. But he says there's a mole. For whatever reason, I'm like, it's not Alan. It's not Army Man or Nolan, how you want to word it. Yeah. It has to be the girl. I just think it's her. Because I don't think it's him, because he's already came up, and I don't want to go too far ahead, but all I'm just saying is he's already came up with plans to get rid of his species. That's all I'm getting.
You're right. I almost forgot about the mole situation. And I remember in season 3, they were it was kind of like, is it this guy? Because the way he was like looking off at the camera, was like, oh, was it him? But it's not him. He's not the mole. So,
I don't think I can't see it. Like if it's him, it's a heck of a swerve, if you will, because like I mean, when they even talk about and once again, I'm not trying to go too far ahead, so bear with me here, but they talk about thank you, phone. They talk about the great betrayer and all that stuff, and it's revealed to be him. I don't see how it could be him being a betrayer, and then also like I don't understand how he could be a double agent. Yeah,
he's not even double. That's like triple agent at that point. Back to back.
Yeah. Maybe even quadruplet agent.
Something is off. But we do see that they discuss their plans with Thaddeus, and he tells them that we're going to need.
That's a great picture, because for whatever reason, I just look like he says, "Oh."
Yeah, it was like the Pope or something.
Facts.
Yes.
But he tells them that they're going to need some plans outside of, we need some backup. So they have a plan to collect assistance or collect items or aliens that can help with the destruction of Viltrumites using the knowledge from Omni-Man's books that he's written, and we learned about those in previous seasons. They enlist the help of what is basically Star Trek.
Thanks.
I love this though. Can I just sit here and say, like, I didn't. 'Cause once again, I didn't read the comics. So if you read the comics, you was prepared for this. I wasn't, and I do love because I do like that they take. I'm sorry. I like to talk about my mother. My mother is my best friend. She's watched the show, and you can tell like they take from certain superheroes, like Omni-Man is Superman. Invincible is Robin if he had powers and he can fly, all this stuff, right? But this is clearly Star Trek, and I just thought it was so cool. Like, and I don't even like Star Trek. I'm not even a Star Trek person. I'm not a Trekkie or Warzy, whatever you call them. Shout out to you guys. But I saw this. I said, "Oh, that is so cool!" Like even the ship, like when it was like, no one would expect this ship. You're absolutely right. I went.
Speaking of them like playing on other
characters,
superheroes, other characters, given very much Damian, right? Isn't he giving Damian Wade?
And you know what's funny? I feel like he definitely he came out before Damian Wayne. I feel like Damian Wayne came out. So Invincible, the comics, I want to say was like 04, 05, and Damian came out in 06. And I might be wrong on that. I want you guys who watch his comics.
Like historian over there, get it.
Well, I shout out to YouTube because they help make me sound smart. Because it's not me, but I think he came out before Damian though. But I do see because it's the hair, right? Is that what you're getting out of it?
Hair, it's the attitude, it's the dark colors in the suit.
It's definitely the attitude. Like it's definitely.
You know that Mark's last name is Grayson, which is Dick Grayson. Yada yada yada.
Yes, yes.
But anyway, they get onto the Starship Enterprise here.
I love the cone head. I'm sorry, like that is literally Patrick Stewart. I honestly wish. I'm sorry, real quick. I wish they had Patrick Stewart voice that.
That would have been cool. But he's busy in the Avengers movie.
Wow, that definitely would have been.
Yeah, but they're gonna kill him for the 5th time. Like for whatever reason, that's Marvel's fetish. Like they want to kill him.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that, it really made me think about like this isn't a cartoon. Like I'm really starting to see that like this was drawn for adults. It's not.
Well, if
you see animation and you think kids, you know, what I mean? Like you think Looney Tunes, but
nope.
Well, you know what's funny? If you look at the one shout out to Cedar Superior because she came up with the graphic and the picture for the show. But I want to just look because I was trying to make a graphic for the UPR side of everything. And shout out to you, madam. And they literally drew him like this in the comics, and I think that's amazing and that's fantastic. And even when I was talking to my mother, because we're gonna try to have a Mama Bad Guy report for this thing and stuff like that, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's definitely Star Trek," and I don't think she ever watched Star Trek and anything like that. So I think it's really cool that they do stuff like this, where it's like a homage to Marvel, DC, and all things nerdom. Like I said, I was never into Star Trek, but I admit that I was like, oh man, that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, it is awesome. I like seeing that. But as they're on the Starship Enterprise, like I said, they are going to these different planets in order to find. They're almost this voyage to find anything that can help defeat the remaining Viltrumites. So they uncover this gentleman. I believe his name was like Speed.
Speed Runner. It was like Speed. Yeah, racer or something like that.
Yeah, almost a speed racer, but not, and I feel like he's kind of like a play off that Star Wars character. Was it Boba Fett or something? Like he's always in the distance with the gun. That's him. They also get these like cute little bugs that help to make the skin of the Viltrumites more easily to destroy. And we get these aliens. We did see a character from that planet in the last season by the name of Suit Jacket, I believe it is. And they tell them, like, look, if you're trying to get somebody that's about to pack up some Viltrumites, go talk to Suit Jacket over there on Earth. So that's the plan for that. And we do have some scenes with these aliens. They are so strong that they're able to take out Viltrumites 1v1. which I thought was very interesting. They had a hard time getting these aliens, to cooperate. They had to freeze them, unfreeze them. The battle ensued. But I wonder how they're going to keep them under control. And we also see that they attempted to get, what was his name? Some beasts. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The Beast Warrior who's always.
Oh yeah. I forgot what his name. Battle Beast.
Battle Beast.
Yeah. I love Battle Beast. Yes.
Battle Beast is already on some other planet fighting. He almost reminds me of, I don't know if you guys have seen the Predator, the most recent Predator movie, but they're always like looking for like the strongest thing on the planet in order to destroy it. I think, and he reminds me of that. They're always looking for something to prove themselves as the strongest. But again, they were able to collect these aliens, and they bring it back to the ship. Show Thaddeus, and he's like, "Look, this still not enough. He doesn't tell that to the crew here. He doesn't tell Alan and his girlfriend, but in a conversation,
they're busy.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, they are, but he does tell Omni-Man, and Omni-Man saying like, "Look, I don't know what you want me to do. I'll only help destroy the Viltrumites to a certain point." He doesn't want to be involved as in the actual battle of fighting the Viltrumites. He just wants to assist the other people in making this happen, right?
Right.
He's battling even within himself if it's the right thing to do to destroy his own people, right? So Thaddeus tells him, like, look, if you come to terms with your darkest memory or your darkest deed by returning to Earth and getting the assistance of, Mark and yada, 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 I'll reveal my darkest deed. And he does. We see that it was Thaddeus who released the disease that took out billions of the Viltrumites. And that was interesting, because how did he do it? And how did he get away? And how did he even destroy the leader of the Viltrumites in the first place? Thaddeus must be packed up low-key. He must be like really hiding the muscles underneath this robe.
It's not the robe. It's not the robe. It's the beard. The beard give you strength. Like literally, he's holding a concoction that we don't know about because you can't have a concoction underneath your mustache. Like that's impossible. Like please, let's stop.
The more hair, the more power he gets, because the way he's really single-handedly taking out the Viltrumites up until this point, crazy work.
Why do you don't think I don't shave?
that part was nuts. Like it made me think like if Donald Trump had made COVID, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it made me think. Like that shit was just wild. Like you just made some shit.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it.
That was right.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it, but he escaped.
Well, you gotta remember too. When he made the first contraption or whatever how you want to word it, it wasn't as strong as this one. He even said this is strong. This is actually stronger. And I don't even know how or what's in this contraption by any means to make it stronger, but it's like he knows what can take them out. Yeah. And I just don't know how. I feel like part of me wonders if he used someone as an experimental rat. Just to see, because like, how do you know this works?
Yeah, how do you know it's stronger, right? How?
Yeah, you gotta know.
It makes me worried. It makes me worried for my baby Oliver, because Mark is not going to die, right? But if it takes it to Earth, they could potentially take out Oliver, and I would be devastated.
Not for nothing, I don't think if Oliver was to pass or be offed, right? Is that the better word? Off on this series, it would be because his mother. He has his mother's genes, and they age because he's already in his teen years. Because I'm like, when did he become a teen? Like he was just 8. He was just 8 the last season.
That's what I'm thinking. Is it also, if his Viltrumite genes are becoming stronger, will that slow his rapid aging? Because the color of him and all of that. It seems, if our theory of his Viltrumite genes
makes a lot of sense.
I don't know.
I hear what you're saying. I also think it's a artist mistake, but I do want to see what this episode this season presents, because maybe you're on to something. But I also know like there's been a few times where I'm pretty sure if you watch a lot of anime and stuff like that, and something seemed off, and it just eventually was like, oh, that's the person's character now because we didn't have this color or whatever. So I don't know. I don't have the answers. Part of me just think, though, I'm gonna lean on just to be a little bit different. Is maybe it was someone with the artist.
Okay.
Now wait. I'm very curious about this because how much time has passed from season 3 to season 4? And the reason I ask that is because I do remember that Oliver's mother only lives for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
And, seeing the relationship between Mark's mother and her boyfriend, they're talking about moving in together.
Yeah, moving in. Uh-huh.
Right? So now that maybe they've been together for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You know what I mean? And now look how
Maybe.
look how big this kid is. Like,
Mhm.
I'm thinking this entire timeline is maybe a year and a half. And all of a sudden, Oliver is this big.
When Mark returned back to Earth, I forget how many, but it's been months. He wasn't there on that planet for a whole year. I mean, when he met her, she was already an adult. So I do, when you ask about how much time has passed, I want to say roughly 6 to 8 months.
Look at that.
So between the
Maybe
end of
even less.
3 to the beginning of season 4, honestly, yeah, I don't think that much time has passed, because considering they're still trying to get rid of the villains that have come at post Invincible War. And also because when we begin the season, Mark is like all casted up because of his fight with Conquest.
Yes.
So yeah, I would say, yeah, it would have to be a few months. I would assume, maybe not 8 months. I don't know how rapidly Viltrumites heal, right? And him being half Viltrumite, I'm not sure what that healing process is. I would say, yeah, a few months has passed, and if I had to guess,
it's hard to say, but it's been months. I would say, I said 8, but I would say 4 to 6 months, because he even says, talking about Mark, he tells Oliver, and he says, a few months ago, you was ready to fight. I forget what villain it was. I think it was like some kind of fire villain. I forget the exact name and stuff like that. But he does mention, like, not that long ago, you wanted to fight this dude. Now all of a sudden you don't want to fight him. And that's when Oliver goes like, yeah, I've been fighting all day. I just want to be home playing video games and go to sleep, bro. So I would say maybe up to, because 8 is aggressive, but maybe 4 to 5 months. Like it hasn't been that long.
And look,
it's like a small.
That means that 4 to 5 months he was purple, and he was like the equivalent of a 10-year. Now he's peach colored, and he's the equivalent of like a 14-year-old. Like, how fast is this kid growing?
Is he 14? Like, is that his age?
He's acting like, I want to play my video game. I want to stay.
Yeah, I would say he's anywhere between 13, 14, around there.
15. Okay.
He might have been in like between 8, 9, 10, around there. So yeah.
Who knows if by episode 4 he's gonna be as tall as Mark?
Oh no, it's too soon. Keep him away. But he did say, though, I'm out of the but anyway, when at the end of the episode we see Conquest return to the Viltrumite Empire and approach this gentleman here, which is the new head, or
it's like Thrag. It's Thrag or something like that. THANGG. Yeah.
The acting head of the Viltrumites. And I'm concerned, because as powerful as Conquest was, if he's like kneeling at the throne in the feet of this gentleman here, I wonder what this fight is.
It's the mustache. It's the mustache. I feel like when you have a level of a mustache and you're a Viltrumite, you're like, oh, I have to fear this person. It's the mustache. I kid you not. It's all the mustache. I laugh.
We're not going to not address this fur coat he got on too. This fur cape, that's also get added to the aura in the vibe.
He literally created fresh to death, because he's fresh and you're going to die.
Yeah. Like Sabretooth right now.
Yeah, right.
I can see that. I can see that a little bit with the Sabretooth. It is the fur. It's the fur coat. Listen, anytime someone wears, this is why I want a fur coat, because everyone has to fall down in line when you have a fur coat.
Yeah, you say that, so you got to take it to the dry cleaners.
Oh yeah, true.
There we go.
That was the episode, guys. Hold on, we have a comment. Hey, thanks for being here. Hi, Matt.
Hey, what's up, man?
But that was the end of episode 2. Please join us for episode 3. I believe we're covering it tomorrow. So join us then, same time, same place. And we will see you then. Let us know what you thought about the episodes in the comments and subscribe, and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.